Welcome to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes, I'm your host. And if you're someone who is in a job that you hate, or maybe you're in a job that is a job that you're just worried about your job security, or maybe, just maybe, you've been thinking about getting a new job, but you know what, you just haven't found the right opportunity. Well, in this episode of Over 50 TV, I'm going to try to help you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the 5 most in-demand jobs in 2020. Now, to be sure, there are quite a few jobs that have growth opportunities, but what I've done is I've selected 5 jobs that kind of can cover the gambit. They cover different areas, and I thought this would be a great episode to share these with you. What I'd like to do actually though is I'd like to at least once a month present to you 5 new jobs, and maybe what we can do is kind of act as your virtual headhunter, somebody who can help you to find a position. But these jobs that I've selected, they all are jobs that are in demand. They offer good to excellent income. They're jobs that can be done for the most part full-time, but some of these jobs I could see that you could actually do them part-time. Before I tell you about the 5 most in-demand jobs for 2020 for people over 50, what I want to do is ask you, just please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. All you've got to do is hit that little red button, subscribe button. There's also a little bell that's next to that button. If you hit that little bell, what'll happen is you'll get our latest updates and they'll be delivered right to your inbox. And if you like what I'm presenting to you today, there is a thumbs up button. All you got to do is hit that thumbs up button. That lets me know that you're enjoying what we're offering you today. So listen, without further ado, what I'm going to do is tell you the 5 most in-demand jobs in 2020, and these are particularly good for people who are over 50. Welcome back to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes. I'm your host. And as I mentioned before the break, what I'm going to do in this episode of Over 50 TV is I'm going to tell you the 5 most in-demand jobs for 2024. And as I mentioned previously, I selected these jobs because I thought they would be of particular interest to people who are over 50. As a former publisher of a chain of business-to-business publications, I've done a lot of research, and I really looked at positions that I felt I could present to you today, positions that offered growth, they offered job satisfaction, and they offered a good to excellent income. So we're going to start with the first job, and that position is physical therapist. And when I talk about growth, or when we talk about growth in the physical therapy field, what we know is that between 2014 to 2024, the growth for this job, this position, is expected to be at least 36%. And a lot of that's due to the fact that you have an aging population. You got baby boomers like me who are, as we get older, we're finding that we need to have physical therapy. We need someone to help us manage pain, someone to cope with, the chronic medical conditions that we're going to have. So a PT or physical therapist, they provide an important role in helping us to maintain an active and a healthy and happy lifestyle. But if you're interested in helping people, and if you're interested in being in a position where you know that you're going to be in demand, this position could be for you. Starting salary for a physical therapist, starting salary is $66,685. That was the average starting salary in 2018. Have you considered a career as a paralegal or a legal assistant? According to my research, this field is growing at a rate of about 15%. It is growing from 2016 to 2026. And the reason it's growing is because law firms are trying to become more efficient so they can reduce costs. Now, what's nice about this position is you don't necessarily have to have a degree as a paralegal. Major law firms, some of the larger firms, they may want a degree, but you can find a smaller law firm that will or could hire you as a paralegal. Now, what would you be doing? Well, you'd be preparing documents. You would be drafting documents. You would be filing motions, interviewing clients. You'd be preparing retainers. These are just some of the functions or some of the duties of a paralegal or a legal assistant. Now, what about the income? The average median income for a paralegal is right around $49,500, and that's the median national income according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. As the elderly population continues to grow, the Department of Health and Human Services estimates that 70% of people who are turning 65 now are going to need some kind of long-term health care services, some kind of help as they age. And what's interesting to me about this statistic is that by 2026, the healthcare population, healthcare workers are going to be in demand. They're going to need 2.6 million home healthcare workers, and that's a huge number. Actually, it's scary to someone like me when I think that when I'm turning 65, that I have a 70% chance of needing home health care workers. So I want someone who really cares. I want someone who cares about people. I want someone who has some knowledge, some experience, someone who can help me as I get older. To me, that's very valuable. Now, what I see is this: the income levels, what people in this field are being paid is anywhere from $12 to $15 an hour up to $20 an hour. If I am you and I'm deciding that I want to get into home health care, I'm going to be asking for the upper range. I'm going to want the upper range, especially if I'm going into someone's home. Now, I understand there are home health care providers, companies, services that hire the home health care worker. They're the ones who dictate what's being paid. But if you feel that you have the qualifications, if you're someone who wants to get into this field, you can make, as I mentioned, upwards of $10 to $20 per hour. This could be a field for you. Okay, now here's a job that maybe you haven't thought about, and it's a job that in 2020 is going to experience a lot of growth. And that job is a fire, security, and service technician or tech. And these jobs, positions like this, offer a median annual income of about $48,000. Now, what does a fire service and security tech do? What is their position? What they do is four things. They design, they install, they maintain, and they repair these systems. So you can tell that they are doing a very important job. And to me, that's a job that what I like on this position in particular, it's a job that I don't have to sit behind a desk. It's a job that I can literally get into a vehicle, get into a car, go to a building or go to a business or even go to a home and help them to maintain their system. So to me, it would be, I selected this job because I thought, hey, this is a job that could be fun, it could be somewhat exciting, and certainly it's got a good income. All right, here is the last of the 5 in-demand positions for 2020. And again, I tailored these positions that I'm listing here for you today. I really tailored them towards people who are over 50. And this position, I know I would do it if I wasn't already on my career path. This position is a commercial drone pilot, and I think this position would be fun. It would be a blast. I know I would enjoy it. The position involves anywhere from going out and looking at buildings from high above. For an architect, it could be going to helping a farmer, looking at their fields and determining how the irrigation is going, how the plantings are going. It could be a position where you could take your drone to a wedding. You could video a wedding from high above. You could also go ahead and do a party. So it's a position that is what I consider having a high barrier to entry, in that there's a lot of education involved in this. You've got to qualify with the FAA. But let me tell you, according to the FAA, this position, the demand for the commercial drone pilots will increase to over 300,000 needed by 2020. And that's this coming year. It's a huge amount of pilots that are going to be needed, and it would be fun. Now, a commercial drone pilot could make anywhere from $300 to $800 per hour. They can make less, they can make more. It's something that you have to negotiate. But if you decide that you don't want to do this, if you decide you don't want to go through all the testing, you could always learn how to repair a drone. And that in itself you know there's going to be demand for that. But this is a position that I basically am summarizing for you. It's a position that does offer some fun and excitement, and it offers an extremely good income. That's all I have for you today here on Over 50 TV. If you've heard anything that you like in my summary of the 5 most in-demand jobs for 2020, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Also, I'd ask you to subscribe and hit that little bell, because if you hit the little bell, you'll get our latest updates and they'll be delivered right to your inbox. So this is Lou Reyes with Over 50 TV. I hope you have a great day, everybody.